favorite chess journal YouTube channel, and we are here to continue our series of games whereby I play for beginner level players. And I don't know whether this one is working, the capture. I'm experiencing latency, uh, internet connectivity or some sort. Yeah, I think this one is working all right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite Chess Journal YouTube channel. So we are here to continue our series of chess strategy for beginner games, and we're gonna play a couple of games. Actually, maybe free games today. In a bit longer time controls, 15 minutes plus 10 seconds, and we're gonna do a rating climb. And congratulations to all of you who have tuned in because today is the 100th video. Yeah! 100th video on this channel. Okay, let me make this one. So we got a game, and our opponent has just played d4. And what's his rating? Let's quickly have a look. And they are 653. We are 671. Let's make it a bit magnified. Okay. Now against d4, let's play d5. And we're not gonna follow any sort of like opening theory. We're just gonna stick to the lecture sheet. Chess strategy for beginners lecture sheet. Right, the one here. The first one, do not play shorter time control games. All right, we're not playing shorter games. We're gonna be following. We're gonna be controlling the center, and we're just gonna ignore point number 3 and 4. Let me highlight that one. Let me make that one red. So we are just gonna follow number 1, number 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, and number 10. So we're going to developing our pieces to their optimal squares. We're going to calculate at least 1 to 2 moves deep, and we always look for check, capture, and fret. We're going to do blunder checks as we proceed. So they have played bishop f4, and this opening has got a name, but we're not worried too much about the opening. We're just gonna stick to the strategy or principles, which is like controlling the center. Right at the moment, this pawn is controlling the center. We're just gonna put a defender to this pawn by playing c6. Again, guys, those of you who are beginners, forget about your opening theories and knowledge. Just play like the way I am playing here. Now, after these couple of moves, or maybe 3 moves, what are we gonna do? We are going to develop our pieces to their optimal squares. So controlling the center, first one, and second is piece development. So let's develop our knight here to f6. Remember, in our previous video, we said that usually knights are being developed before bishops in some positions, in some openings. And sometimes they are developed one after another. Like here, our opponent has developed their bishop first, then the knight. Like I said, this opening has got a name, but we're not worried about the opening. See, they have played e3 Now that allows them to develop their lie square bishop. So that's exactly what we are gonna do. We are going to develop our dark square bishop. Okay, are you guys with me? I'm sure you are. But if we want to develop our dark square bishop now, then we have to play e6. We have to move this pawn forward. That's gonna block our light square bishop's way. So first we need to develop this light square bishop. Let's develop here or here, both are fine. Okay, let's go here first. That also pin this knight to their queen. Then we're gonna play this one. Okay, now let's play this one. And now we can develop our dark square bishop. Depending on their move, they are probably gonna play here, chase our bishop. Like I said, don't worry too much about your opening. Just make sure that your pieces are developed to their optimal squares. And here, as you can see, the position is roughly equal. Now, where does this bishop go? We can develop and attack this bishop to here. So if they take, we're gonna take back with our queen. And as well as develop the queen. Sorry guys, I got a bit of cold. Bad cold, I must say. Okay, now this is an instructive moment. They have decided to go back, and that allows them, if we capture their bishop, that allows them to recapture with their h pawn and open this h file for their rook. Question is, do we want to do that or not? Had this opponent being a stronger opponent, rating was speaking, I wouldn't have take this one, but for simplicity's sake, let's take this dark square bishop. And as we progress our rating climb games, when we reach intermediate level, I'm gonna discuss when to capture and when not to capture. Capturing is always not necessarily good, which what we call is to keep the tension. Keeping the tension is a good idea. If you see Masters game, they prefer keeping the tension. Now, let's ask ourselves a question. Are all of our pieces developed? No, not. Here, this knight is idle. It's not doing anything. So let's develop to where? Here? No. That's knight in the rim is dim. Plus, if we develop there, then their light square bishop can take our knight, and then our pawn structure will be damaged. So let's develop here, d7 square. So knight b to d7. Let's see what they does. I mean, what they do. What am I doing? What am I saying? Why do I always say what they does? Grammatical error. Sorry, guys. So they have developed their queen. That gives us information that they might castle long. Okay. Now that also gives us information that this pawn is under fire. They can take it with our rook, with their rook, and then once we recapture, they can win a pawn and also threat this one. So we can stop that one by simply playing here. Let's do that. G6. So let me know, guys, whether you are liking these series of videos that I'm playing, rating climb videos, especially for beginners at the moment. Then in future, I'm gonna target the intermediate level players. So once we cross the rating level of 1200, then intermediate level players, I believe, will be learning a lot from these series. Let me know in the comment section below. Boy, I've got such a bad cold. And this is the 100th video in this channel. Very special thanks to guys who have been here with me from day one, or the first video when I started this channel. That was about a couple of years back. And in the sometimes during the uh, after starting this channel, I became irregular. But then later on, when I saw that you guys are really liking my contents and giving me inspiration, giving me a lot of motivation, then I started regularly putting up contents. I believe that is helpful for you guys. Now, they have castled long as anticipated. Now, what can we do? Uh, Now, here, actually, as you can see, they have castled here. In this case, we could do two things. Number one is to castle ourselves. But the question is, do we do that now? Or do we try to open up against their king, like going here? For simplicity's sake, let's castle. Castling and putting our king to the safety is obviously a priority, because checkmate ends the game. And let's see what they do. Here they could play here, developing their Lascar bishop. See, at the moment their bishop is not developed, and they have played rook to e1. What is that move doing? Let's go back to our lecture sheet. See, ask yourself, what is my opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing. So here, this move, what is it doing? Currently, let's ask ourselves, what is the move not doing? The move is, it used to be here. I think it's a developing move, and probably he wants to break here, becoming here. I understand that. Now our development is finished. Our pieces are in their optimal squares. This rook, the queen is not developed, but that's all right. She can stay home for few more moves. Although we could go here and attack this one, but question is, do we do that now or not? This is their threat. This is not threat, actually. This is a move. Coming here is actually a threat. Let's go back to our lecture sheet. Okay. Calculate at least 1 to 2 moves deep before making any of your moves. So we have just done 2 moves calculation. And as per our calculation, we can see that this pawn has potential to come here, but this square is guarded at the moment. We can take here. As they have castled there, So now, bear with me, guys. My PC, I think it got froze. Now let's roll these pawns. One thing you guys need to remember, when castling happens in the opposite sides, see, they are castled here, we're castled here, they have castle long, we have castle short. Then it's a race who gets to who's king first, right? So here they are attacking our bishop. And now I guess we can take this knight. So once they take with their pawn, then this piece is under fire. So before saving this pin, actually what's worth more than a knight? Definitely the queen. So we just calculated 1 to 2 moves deep. So this threat is stronger than this one. So they have to react to they have to move their queen. They cannot put this pawn here. Okay, and that's a blunder. Now we can safely see they didn't do a blunder check before their move. Blunder check is very, very important. As you can see, they should have asked themselves. Okay, let's go back to the lecture sheet. This is the blunder check. Ask yourself, what is my opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing. So they should have seen that this move is attacking their queen. So they forgot to do that, and we just won a queen. There comes a tempo on the king, which they need to respond. And they have resigned. Okay, so that was a good game. And now let's try another game. Okay, now we've got white pieces. Now, how do we play with our opening moves? Previously, I used to play king's pawn opening, but later I shifted my opening play completely from king's pawn to queen's pawn opening. And those of you who are watching this channel, even if you are a beginner, I strongly recommend that you start playing queen's pawn opening. Queen's pawn openings are fun. You get a lot of strategical play, strategic play with your queen's pawn game. Now, I'm gonna use a setup with queen's pawn opening. This setup has got a name, but we're not gonna, as discussed, we're not gonna be worried much about the name of the setup. Just remember few moves that after d4, if allowed to, you should play bishop to your dark square bishop to f4. And now they have copied us. They have developed their light square bishop. And here I'm going to recommend playing e4. Sorry, e3. And they have developed their knight to c6. And normally in queen's pawn opening, this knight comes this square after this pawn has moved here or maybe here. No, sorry, what am I saying? After this pawn moves here, this knight usually comes here. But before that, this knight usually goes here and this pawn usually comes here. So this, again, this is also playable. Now what do? We can pin this knight. So let's pin this knight as well as develop our light square bishop. And we are just strictly sticking to the theory or the lecture sheet, which is develop your pieces to their optimal squares. Notice that we are not following no at least free openings with white pieces and free with black pieces. learn at least 10 to 15 opening moves, ideas, and traps. We're not worried about that because I'll tell you what, once you follow these things, develop your pieces to their optimal squares, control the center, always look for captures, checks, frets, and do blunder checks, as well as do not rush your moves. Um, and then you'll see that openings, and as well as this one is also very important, calculate at least 1 to 2 moves deep before making your moves. Then you will notice that opening knowledge is not actually that important until you are in intermediate level. So those of you who are beginner watching these games, make sure that you follow the one that I'm doing here. So now we can, our bishop is attacked. We can take this knight and damage their pawn structure. So let's do that. So we have also don't be worried at all. I've seen that beginners are worried that, oh, my bishop is gone. No, 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 it's nothing like that. Bishop and knight both carries equal points, and bishops are usually good during the end games because of their long range distance, and knights are usually good during the closed systems where it can jump, and knights are actually very tricky. They can cause a lot of discombobulation to your opponent. Now let's go back to the theory. What does the theory says? It says to develop our pieces to the optimal squares. Now let's develop this knight or this knight. Let's develop this knight first, although either is okay. Then we're gonna develop this knight here. Why we played this one before this one? Because of the position. Here, this pawn could be attacked by their rook. If that's attacked, then now we can put our knight here. Okay, so they have played a good move, getting rid of their what should I say, alignment problem by playing c5. Question is, do we take here or now? Let's develop and guard this as well here, although we could take with this pawn. This is how we're gonna finish our development quickly. So they have decided to take. Now let's take here and put pressure on this bishop. Development with tempo. I mean, with a threat to your opponent's piece is a good thing. If you can do that, please do that. Okay, as you can see that they didn't do these blunder checks. Blunder check before your moves. They didn't follow our lecture sheet, which one here it says what is my opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing. As like the previous game, they have just blundered their piece and we can easily win this bishop. So in just 9 moves, they are a piece down. So they have decided to continue with their game. Now let's move our knight. This knight has got only 2 escape squares here or here. Let's come here because knights on the rim are dim. Here it can jump here, 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 here. So they have played g6. They want to fianchetto their dark square bishop. This is the information we just got. And what is our opponent's? Let's go back to the lecture sheet. What is my opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing? So this move is allowing them to play here and attack here. So let's stop that by playing like this way. See, free. So if you can calculate these things in advance, your play will be dramatically improved, I bet. So we're waiting for their move. Again, uh, very much thanks to all of you who have subscribed to this channel and tuned in to watch this 100th video. If you are new to this channel, please ensure subscribing, because your subscription is the only thing that is keeping me motivated and helping me to come up with more contents. So we are still playing we are playing rating climb games. Uh, at the moment, as you can see, our rating is very low. I'm just considering myself a beginner and playing from your point of view, that what would have you played or what should have you done if you were a beginner. Now they have pushed their d pawn to d4 square. On the surface it looks quite dangerous. Let's go back to the lecture sheet. As you can see, um, prior to making your move, prior to making your move, and as well as prior to making your move, before making any of your move, we need to do these two things. Point number 7 and 8. 7 is always look for check, capture, and attack, or fret. And number 8 is the second one, the blunder check. So before making our move, which could be a developing move like castling, or could be anything, or even capturing, let's look for check and captures. Right at the moment we have a check here. Why not give a check and develop our queen as well? So let's do that first. Check. Now they need to come here and block the check if they don't want to lose their castling right. And if they do that, we're going to exchange queens, and they have to take with their king, and they're going to lose castling rights. Why do you want to exchange queens? Because we are a piece up. So whenever you are material up, exchanging queens is a good idea. So let's capture the queen. And by this transaction, they have also lost their castling right. Now we can safely take this pawn. Let's take this one. Sorry guys, I got a bad cold. Let me know if any one of you are suffering from a bad cold. I guess it's the flu, the one that I am having or experiencing at the moment. And be sure to check my all other uploads. You will find it in the playlist section. If you're an advanced level player, I believe, or if you're an intermediate level player, I believe those are going to help you. Our opponent has offered a draw. We are not going to accept a draw because we are material up and we are gonna win the game. So they have played g5, attacked our bishop, but that pawn is unguarded, so we can safely take. But let's do a blunder check before that. This bishop is not going to fall under any tactics. The knight has no crazy jump to fork our bishop, So let's take this one. And that's a pawn for free. And they have played f6. Now we cannot capture this one. So let's pull our bishop back. Where do we want to go back? Let's come here as well as guard this capture if it happens. I'm excited that I'm recording this 100th video for you guys. You guys have been really, really great, and thank you very much. We can safely take this pawn. Thank you very much. A couple of years ago when I started this channel, I never ever imagined that I would have the opportunity to publish the 100th video for my subscribers, and I would have helped you guys with strategies, techniques, and opening repertoire. Okay, now they have attacked our bishop. Now, what is the motive? If they take our bishop, we have to take back, and this pawn is unguarded. So let's go back to the lecture sheet. We are just calculating 1 to 2 moves deep. Nothing special, just 2 moves. Only 2 moves is all we need. So we have to move our bishop. Now, if we come here, let's do one move calculation. If we come here, they attack our bishop, and then we have to come back here. And in the second move, they're going to take back. So then again, this pawn is unguarded. So let's play here, guard this pawn. And I'm just saying that if you take here, I'm okay to retake with this one. Don't worry about your positional disadvantage or as such because of this strange looking pawn structure, because of only one reason, that we are material up. Now this pawn is under fire. We can guard this one in 2 ways, by going here or playing here. How do we want to do that? As long as we have the option to guard anything with any other thing apart from the king, we should do that, because the king has the potential to castle in future. So let's do that. Now we could castle either here or here. Castling long looks cool, but before that, let's do... Okay, we can actually dive in here, fork with a nasty fork. Yeah, let's do that. As you can see, we only calculated 1 move or 2 moves. We didn't even calculate, or we didn't even bother to calculate like, okay, if I come here, one day I have the potential to go there. There is nothing like that. If you can calculate 1 to 2 moves properly, then these things, again, where are they offering draws? Okay, then these things automatically pops up. Now after the retake, we can push the pawn. Or they forgot to not to take our knight. So why not save this knight? So let's come back here. So this is what um, they were probably thinking of, and that's why they forgot that our knight could have been taken. This is another thing that you guys need to be worried about is that do not stick to the move that you have initially aimed for. Probably our opponent had initially planned for capturing this one, and this one kept uh, popping up at the back of his mind, and that's why he forgot to capture this knight. Um, I think that's called tunnel vision. I'm not sure. Okay, so these. Okay, let's go back to the lecture sheet. It says undefended or unguarded pieces. Here in black scam, this one is unguarded, so we can easily capture this one by coming here. Let's do that. Okay, so they have decided to save their bishop. Now this one is unguarded as well. So let's see. I didn't when I came here. I didn't even calculate that I can take this one. I was only calculating that taking this one. But now, as they move their bishop, then I realized that okay, this knight has this one. So yeah, not do not be worried at all. Um, Hang on a second. What is this? Oh no, thank you. Okay. But do not be at all worried that you cannot calculate more than two moves. If you can calculate two moves accurately, you're gonna win a lot of games, and surely you can progress in no time. Now let's keep on. This bishop is still unguarded. Let's keep on attacking that one. So they have played bishop e3. Now we could again attack that bishop. Mm, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so they have decided to go back, but we still can harass that bishop. Let's play h4, keep on harassing that bishop. See how we are piling up on one single piece, keeping on attacking them, because they were not, the bishop wasn't put on its optimal square where it could have been attacked. So this is how you're gonna think as well. Where are you going to put your pieces? You have to put your pieces in such a way that it cannot be attacked if possible. And now, what do? This is a passer. Passed pawn needs to be pushed. Remember that. So let's push this one. Notice that we're not interested in castling anymore because we are huge material up. Now they have attacked our this pawn. Now we can castle and defend and as well as attack this pawn as well. So some moves you can wait to play. Like castling. You could delay castling as long as you can. Now they have attacked our pawn, but if we take this one, then it comes with a tempo on their bishop. They have to save their bishop. So we could save this pawn later on. Although they can take here. And I made a mistake, I guess. What did I do? I rushed my move and I didn't take a few seconds to carefully analyze the position. Because of huge material up, I just rushed my move, and I noticed later on that if they take this one, then they could have defended their bishop. Okay, so we can give it check because our rook was under fire. Now, where the king goes? King cannot come here or here. It can come here, but if it comes here, then it's gonna be not a good news for them. Okay, I've just also noticed that this knight is under fire, and yeah, this is a common thing that appears during winning position, that you tend to get relaxed and then you forget that your pieces are under fire or your pawns are under fire. So do not at all be relaxed until or unless the game is finished. I'm just gonna quickly send him a message. This one is going to YouTube. So they are taking a lot of time. So the name of the opening is called Queen's Pawn Opening, Accelerated London System. This is a good opening if you are curious enough or want to learn about this opening, whereby you do not have to memorize a lot of moves. These are the main ideas, the one that I played here. Okay, this is our opponent has, I think, abandoned the game. You'll face a lot of players in this rating range whereby they stop moving in the middle of the game for no obvious reason. And all you need to do is just keep your cool and remain patient, which is what I'm doing. Or are we lagging? My internet connection seems to be poor. No, we're still online. Uh, the name of our opponent is Listen to Death Grips. Death Grips, is that a band? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna report this user. Okay, I'm gonna report. He's. What is he doing? He is stalling. Stalling. In losing position. I don't know if chess.com is gonna listen to him. I'm just gonna report him. So he's still got 5 minutes clock time, and I'm very sorry, guys, for such kind of players that we have encountered right at the moment. It was a very good game, and I guess I'm gonna call it a day after this one. So if you have watched this far, I thank you from the deep of my heart, from the deepest core of my heart, for being with me, subscribing to this channel, and keeping me motivated. And yeah, I think that this is enough. This guy has pissed me off. I'm not gonna lengthen my video. I'm just gonna stop recording, and till the next one, take care of yourself. You can also email me over here, um, chessjournalyt@gmail.com, whereby I will give you this lecture sheet, and hopefully, if you are a beginner player, if you follow the strategy that these strategies that I have been following in these games for you guys, you will dramatically improve your games. Um, so yeah, I think this guy is not a good sport. So thanks for tuning in again. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.